Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. It is August 19th, just 2020. It is 12:28 a.m. and I just got an email that a lot of drivers in California are not going to like. And let me start by saying that with AB5 and everything that Uber and Lyft are trying to fight, I'm going to be France on this one. 4 out of every 5 Uber and Lyft drivers want to remain independent contractors. I personally want to remain an independent contractor. I like the tax write-offs. I like making my own schedule, so on and so forth. But let me see if I can get this to work. This is an article that I found, and actually it was sent to me, and it's not good. So hang on just a second. And it's through MarketWatch. And it says, Uber and Lyft say they may shut down in California if forced to classify drivers as employees. It looks like it was last updated on August 12th. So here we go. It's hard to believe we'll be able to switch our model to full-time employment quickly, Uber CEO says of injunction based on new legal standard established more than 2 years ago. Uber CEO Dastardly Dara, shown here in 2019, can't show you the picture, sorry, said Wednesday that Uber may have to shut down its app in California for at least a couple of months if it loses an appeal and has to classify its drivers as employees. AFP via Getty Images. Okay, sorry. So, continuing. Uber Technologies, and I can't see the chat, guys. If you're there, thank you for stopping by. I'm on this live app. I can't see the chat that's going on right now. So let me continue first, then I'll switch it over. So, Uber Technologies Incorporated and Lyft Incorporated warned Wednesday of plans to potentially shut down their operations in California if they are forced to recognize drivers as employees in the state. The two companies are appealing a judge's ruling requiring drivers to be classified as employees instead of contractors. It would be so easy if we just had a choice. Make a bill that if you want to become an employee, then you can become an employee, and if you get hired or not, well, that's up to Lyft and Uber. Or give drivers an option to opt out of becoming an employee and remain an independent contractor. Just a thought. Again, I'm gonna be France on this one, and I'm not gonna lean either way. I don't want to get into the politics of this, but let's continue. Two companies are appealing a judge's ruling requiring drivers to be classified as employees instead of contractors. The judge gave Uber and Lyft 10 days to file an appeal before his order goes into effect. So, if Uber and Lyft do not get the appeal within 10 days, and actually right now it's, as of today, it's 7, then they're going to shut the apps down in California. Uber CEO Dastardly Dara, I can't pronounce his last name, Shashi, whatever, warned Wednesday in an interview on MSNBC that the company's ride-hailing service could shut down in California until November. As a result, Karashari, whatever, Dastardly Dara, said that it would be unfortunate, but what the injunction granted Monday would require would be tough for Uber to pull off quickly. If the court doesn't reconsider, then in California, it's hard to believe It's hard to believe we'll be able to switch our model to full-time employment quickly, said Dara. We can't go out and hire tens of thousands of people directly overnight. After announcing earnings Wednesday afternoon, Lyft President John Zimmer said in a conference call that losing an appeal would force us to suspend operations in California. It's not just Uber, it's Lyft. So let's dig into this a little deeper, and then I'll continue to read. DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever. All these gig jobs that we're doing, they're all under this proposition. They're just keying in on Uber and Lyft because obviously they're the biggest and they're the center of attention here. So your backup to your backup to your backup to your backup, if it's all in the gig economy, could completely be pulled out from underneath you until November. So let's continue. And again, I'm sorry I can't see the chat. I'll get to it in a second. After announcing earnings Wednesday afternoon, Lyft President John Zimmer said in a conference call that losing an appeal would force us to suspend operations in California. Key to the appeal of this week's ruling is whether the injunction granted by the judge is mandatory, as the company contends, or prohibitory. If it's the former, meaning prohibitory, an appeal would automatically trigger a stay. I'm just, wow. All right, let me start this over again. The key to the appeal of this week's ruling is whether the injunction granted by the judge is mandatory, as the company contends, or prohibitory. If it's the former, an appeal would automatically trigger a stay. If it's the latter, they can continue its appeal, but they would have to comply with the injunction order in the meantime, meaning they'd have to make us employees. Tom White, an analyst at D.A. Davidson, said in an interview Wednesday that investors need to prepare for the likelihood that both companies are going to shut down in California. That's pretty heavy. California makes up 16% of Lyft's ride-hailing business and 9% of Uber's rides and delivery gross bookings. Uber CEO Dastardly Dara pointed out that the company doesn't think it's likely that it will lose the appeal. If it did, he said Uber would have to go dark until November. So if they lose the appeal, both Lyft and Uber are going to shut the apps down in California until November. That's when California voters are set to consider Proposition 22, which would exempt Uber, Lyft Incorporated, Lyft, and other gig economy companies from Assembly Bill 5, or AB 5, a California law that would require them to classify their drivers and delivery workers as employees, but promises them some concessions. AB 5 passed in May of 2019. AB 5 passed in May 2019 is based on a California Superior Court ruling made more than 2 years ago that changed the standards for employee classification in the state. The companies are challenging AB 5, which went into effect at the beginning of this year. But it could be several months before the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit in San Francisco takes up the appeal. Pending that, California Attorney General Xavier Becerra and the city attorneys of San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego sought an immediate injunction to force Uber and Lyft to comply with AB 5, which San Francisco Superior Court Judge Ethan Schulman granted. So, we're almost done here. When reached for comment Wednesday, an Uber spokesman said Karashari's comments are in line with a motion for a stay the company filed in court Tuesday, in which it said that a shutdown would irreparably harm Uber and all those who rely on its ride apps to generate income for themselves and their families. Well, he wasn't lying on that one. Particularly in the midst of a pandemic. Mustafa McLeod, an Uber driver in San Francisco and a gig worker, rising leader on Wednesday, called Karashari's words a threat that won't work. There you have it. Let me switch back. So I'm here, and there must be a lot of people because hi Lisa, you're the hey Ari, how you doing? Looks like you're the only two that joined my live stream. So now I'm over that 1K mark, and now nobody wants to watch me. So I wanted to do this live and get it out there. And since there's not a whole lot of comments for you, I guess I'm gonna end the live stream and let it buffer up, and then I'll repost it and do a premiere drop or whatever. But wow, so if Uber and Lyft don't get their injunction or appeal approved, and they have 7 days to do it, so basically by next Friday, then Uber and Lyft will go black in California until November. So August, September, October, November. So that's the rest of this month. So you're talking almost 4 months, 3.5 months, where Lyft and Uber in California won't be around. Well, I can tell you what, maybe I should get rid of my race car and buy a cab. So, I know it's early in the morning, but I mean, no, that's true. There are people that are actually going back to work now. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. It was a very interesting email. It was very enlightening, and it sucks. Like I said, I like being an independent contractor. I don't want to be an employee for Lyft or Uber, or I would have applied 2 years ago to be an employee. So anyway, you guys, thanks for jumping in. Ari, if you're still around, thank you. Lisa, as always, my super sweet moderator. I will talk to you guys soon. I'm going to look into this a little more. I do believe there's probably more videos to come. So until then, be safe, be professional, keep it real, and drive on. At least till next Friday, because that may be it. Only, who knows? Anyway, be safe, everybody. Until next time, I wish you all the best of health. Lisa, Ari, thank you guys for jumping in, and we will see you soon. Oh, this is gonna hurt.